What's good, Washington fans? It's your boy Stacks Reacts, and we back again with another video. Look, here's what I'm gonna do for y'all today. If y'all got any kids, if y'all got any kids that like to listen to my podcast or listen to anything I got to say about Washington, I really recommend that y'all take them out the room right now because we really about to get into this shit. Okay, so I'll give y'all a second. Let's go. All right, let's get into it. All right, yo, I'm gonna just start off like this. This team's a bag of shit. A bag of shit. It's like it's no reason. We lost to the Giants. The Giants have 3 wins on the season. 3. And you know who 2 of those wins are against? Washington. We have 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers. They're talking about Sam Howell. Oh, he's the next quarterback. Oh, he's arrived. He's next up. He's this, he's that. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, bro, pump y'all brakes, bro. Pump y'all brakes. Like, it's this man's first year. He had a few good games, yeah, but pump y'all brakes. Like, y'all doing the absolute most right now, thinking that this man's gonna be the next Joe Montana, the next Joe Theismann. Y'all gotta be relaxed. This dude is still borderline a rookie. Y'all gotta relax. So what did he do, man? He went out there, he got us a touchdown run. He threw 2 just dumb interceptions, bro. Dumb interceptions. Like the first game we played the Giants, Wink Martindale blitzed him every game. So, or not every game, but every play, they was basically blitzing. So Sam Howell was getting flustered. So this game, they was like, you know what? We're going to teach Sam to deal with the blitz. But the problem was Wink Martindale didn't blitz this time. He didn't blitz. So they was giving Sam plays to go against the blitz. And when they backed in coverage, Sam was getting confused. He was getting confused. And that's what rookies do. That's what second-year players do. You know? And it was just, bro, it was just awful the whole way around. Like, Sam could play the Philadelphia Eagles 2 games and put up 300 yards. We play the Giants and barely get 200. Look, if I tell y'all this shit, bro, if I tell y'all this shit, if I tell you that we hold a football team to 0 yards rushing for 2.5 quarters, almost 3 quarters, and I tell you we got 10 sacks, 9.5, 10 sacks per game, or for the whole game, would you expect for a team to lose by 2 touchdowns? Because I wouldn't hear that. I wouldn't even think that we lost. Personally, me, I wouldn't even think we would have lost at all. So just to hear that we lost, like 6 turnovers, we have our running backs are fumbling. It wasn't even Antonio Gibson this time. It was Brian Robinson fumble, Chris Rodriguez fumbling, Sam Howell throwing 2 picks. We got Pringle on our kickoff return fumbling the ball. The problem is that we're fighting for extra yards and we don't have to fight for them. Why are we fighting for extra yards and we don't have to fight for them? Y'all are trying to get a whole bunch of multiple plays. You're trying to pick up extra yards and trying to do the job yourself when you can't do it. It's a team game. So if we got 2-yard run and you're trying to get 4, that's how fumbles happen. Just take the 2 yards and live to play another game. And that's the problem. We're not doing that. We're like, it's 1 week. 1 week we're good on defense. 1 week we're good on offense. 1 week we're good on special teams. We never can get all 3 phases of the game ever together. We can never get all 3. We can never get all 3. And for this to be so late in the season, for us to not have any consistency with it being so late into this season, it really bothers me. It really has me wondering, like, what's really going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know what I'm going to say about this. You already know I'm going to say, man, Ron Verity to get his ass up out of there. He needs to get fired. Jack Del Rio needs to get fired. Look, everybody needs to get fired. Everybody. They all need to go. They've been needed to go. But see, me being the type of fan that I am right now, I'm not really emotionally invested into the team like some others are. There's a difference. There's a difference between people that expect this team to win. Do I want this team to win? Yes, I would love for this team to win. I would love for this team to start winning games and going to the playoffs and getting playoff wins. But I know we are not at that point. We have not been at this point probably since the 2012 season with RG3. And I always reference this. I always reference this all the time in my podcast, but because the problem is like we have not gotten it right. We have not gotten it right since the RG3's year. And most rebuilds are 2, 3, maybe 4 years. We've been through 3 rebuilds. 3. And we still haven't won anything. We had the Jay Gruden era. We got the Ron Rivera era, the Jim Zorn era. I mean, only era that we had good was the Kyle Shanahan era. Oh, not Kyle, but the Shanahan era. And that was pretty good for the most part for one season. We are just a walking piece of mediocrity. Like, we're not good. This team has not been good for over 20 years. And it's just like, damn, bro, like something has to give. Something really has to give. Like, I don't understand the problem. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand why we can't get it right. But we're going to get back to this game. The defense had 10 sacks in the game. 10 sacks. And they had Danny DeVito out there looking like Phil Simms. He's looking like Phil Simms out there, bro. Everybody's like, oh, he had 10 sacks. He had 10 sacks. He had 10 sacks for 45 yards. 10 sacks for 45 yards. But he threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. This man had 137.0 passer rating, bro. You know who has passer ratings like that? Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. They have passer ratings like that. Not a guy, Danny DeVito or Tommy DeVito, whatever the guy's name is. He's a third-string quarterback. Yes, he's in the NFL. But, bro, you don't let a third-string quarterback beat you down like that. You don't ever let nobody beat you down like that as a third-string quarterback. Like, you just don't do that. You just don't do that. There's guys on defense, they're completely out of place. It'd be different if these guys, it'd be different if our defenders are just getting beat by their receivers, but they're completely out of place. Completely out of place. Like, okay, the defensive line did pretty good. Yeah, because Danny DeVito he was holding onto the ball too long. He was holding onto the ball. He was doing a lot of things that Sam Howell does. Hold on to the ball, trying to make plays. And he was holding the ball too long. So I say about 8 of those 10 sacks was pretty much on DeVito, not the offensive line. And another thing, like what are we doing with drafting? Like what are we doing? Like, none of our draft picks that we have took on defense is making any type of impact. I don't even think Emmanuel Forbes was in the game the fourth quarter. I don't even think Emmanuel Forbes got in the game. Quan Martin came in. He made one stop to break up a pass in the third quarter, and he's screaming and jumping on the sidelines like the man just had a game-winning interception. Like, that just goes to show you how bad we are, because you get a pass breakup and you're celebrating like you just won the Super Bowl. That's how bad we are at this point. And that's how bad some of our players are. The evaluation that we're having of our players at this particular time is just horrible, bro. Like, who is evaluating these players? Who is drafting these players saying that that these are the guys that we need to have on this team? Who is it? Who's doing it? Because if it's Ron Rivera, whoever the scouts are, bro, whoever is drafting these players, they keep getting it wrong over and over and over again. They get Chase Young wrong. They paid Deron Payne when Deron Payne taking plays off. He's taking plays off. They got that wrong. They draft Emmanuel Forbes. They get that wrong. They draft Quan Martin. We needed help on the offensive line. They take 2 defensive backs that turned out to not even be what they're supposed to be. Instead of getting an offensive lineman the year before that, we go get Jamin Davis, a linebacker that's supposed to be able to cover linebackers and safety and wide receivers and tight ends, and they can't cover nobody. Like, what are we doing here, y'all? Like, what are we doing in Washington? What are we doing in Washington? Like, that's going to be the headline of this podcast. It's going to be, what are we doing in Washington? Because, bro, the offense, we have Terry McLaurin on offense. We're just wasting that man's talent, bro. We're just wasting him away. He's just wasting. He's your best wide receiver, and you can't throw him the ball more than 3 times? What is Eric Bieniemy doing? What is Sam Howell seeing? They're not throwing the ball. We got Curtis Samuel. They're not throwing him the ball. We're throwing the ball to De'Ami Brown. He's wide open. He's dropping passes. Like we're giving the ball to our running backs. They're fumbling the ball. Our left tackle Charles Leno is getting destroyed by Tom Thibodeau. Instead of helping him, they keep letting him get destroyed. Like what are we doing? What are we doing here? Like what in the living hell are we doing here? It's certain things that you have to do. There's certain things that we see. There's certain things that we see as fans, and we're like, what is really going on? Like my thing is, I'm a fan. I'm watching it from the TV. I'm watching it from the couch on the TV. So my thing is, if I can see these things, why can't the coaching staff see these things? Why can't you see that Jack Del Rio is a bad defensive coordinator? Why can't you see that Ron Rivera doesn't have this team prepared every week? Why can't you see that Eric Bieniemy is not developing these players the way they need to be developed? All that hard coaching that he's talking about, they're not reacting to it. Like what don't you see that the fans seem to see? That we end up in all these press conferences, all these interviews. We ask these coaches, we ask these players the same questions every single week. Every single week we ask them these questions. And you know what they say? They say the same exact thing. Oh, we're evaluating. We're going to get things corrected. Oh, we're going to make some changes when they need to be made. And nothing ever gets done. Nothing ever gets done. Like I'm so sick and tired. I'm so sick and tired of just seeing this team just year after year, just pretty much like short for words, tanking. I'm not saying we're tanking, because if we were tanking, we wouldn't even beat the other two teams, or the other three teams we beat. But we're really tanking. Like we cannot win. Like we play these games against these better teams. We playing well. But when we play bad teams, we play bad. And it's a continuance. It's been a continuous from this whole situation has been ongoing for over 10 plus years. And personally, to me, man, I don't see how it's going to get fixed. Like you can bring in another coach. You can bring in this defensive coordinator, this evaluator, blah, blah, blah. But if you do not have the right people that are going to mesh together, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Like it's it's so hard being a fan of this team, y'all. It's so difficult. It's so hard being a fan of this team, y'all, because I really oh man. Oh man. It's just so difficult being a fan of this team, bro. It's just so hard, bro. Like we had over 250 yards passing. We had over 110 yards receiving. We put up over 400 yards of offense, and we still lose the game. We put up over 400 yards of offense. We got 10 sacks, and we still lose the game by 2 touchdowns. But this has to be a record. This has to be something in the NFL record books, bro. It got to be something. It has to be, bro. Because there's no way that this really should be happening. I'm trying to just wrap my hand around this, man. I'm just trying to wrap my hand around what we got going on. Offensive line's playing terrible. Running backs play bad. Quarterback play bad. Tight ends play somewhat reasonable. Receivers dropping the ball. Defensive line got 10 sacks, but couldn't come up when it really mattered. Linebackers getting cooked, getting roasted. Tight end, cornerbacks is getting roasted, getting cooked. Safeties are non-existent. Field goal kicking. He can't make an extra point to save his life, but he can make Sly guy on our team. He can make a 61-yard field goal, but he can't make an extra point. You know, every year that I watch this team, there's no reason why the best player on your team should be your punter. Bro, I can't make this up, bro. The best player on Washington team right now is Tress Way, which is our punter. Our punter. He's the only person that has been consistent every game. Even even our long snapper is trash. Our long snapper is bad. Our field goal kick is bad. Our defense is bad. Our offense is bad. Our coaching is bad. Like, bro, how do you be bad at every single part of the game besides punter? I You could go to the worst team in the league right now, which is the Carolina Panthers, and I guarantee you that they're not bad at every single position like we are as Washington. Washington is going down right now, arguably as the worst team in the NFL. And there's no argument. There's no arguing about that. There is nothing to even talk about that. Washington is literally the worst team in the NFL right now. And I'm cool with saying that. And I'm cool with saying that because, like I said, I've came to the conclusion that, I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan. And I promise you, I will not continue to get my emotions high, get my blood pressure all cooked up over this team. These players make millions and millions of dollars to go out and play like trash. But you know what would happen if we would go to work every day and we don't go in there and do what we're supposed to do as a job? We would get fired. These guys can go into a job every day and play like trash and still make millions of dollars. We're trying to just make 40 hours. We're just trying to get a 40-hour check. And they go out there and sometimes don't even play. And they pick up a check every Monday for 200,000, $1.5 million, $2 million. And they don't care. They don't care. Now I'm gonna take that back. Not everybody, some people do care, but most people don't care. They're in it for the money. They're in it for the money. They're in it for the money, and that's all they're in it for. They don't care if they make the playoffs. They don't care about no Super Bowls. They just don't care. And I feel like we have a lot of those don't care players on our team. We have more don't care players than we have care players. And Terry McLaurin, he said a really, really good point. He said a really, really good point. He says it comes to a point where if you're not helping this team win, then why are you here? Terry is Terry McLaurin is probably the most professional guy on our team. And when Terry starts to get frustrated, that's when you know this team is starting to implode. That's when you know this team is starting to explode. Because Terry always usually has something good to say. So when he says, if you're not here to help us win, then why are you here? That's when you know things are going bad. That's when you know things are going bad. And speaking of that, I just saw this one. I was about to end the video. I was just about to end this video, but I just saw this. Reported by Adam Schefter. The stadium did not have any hot water. So the players couldn't even take a shower on the visiting team or the home team. So they had to go home stinking. They had to get on the plane stinking. Bro, I can't make this up, bro. I can't make this up. Bro, I can't make this up, man. This is like the ghost of Daniel Snyder all over again. Like, you know how they got the ghost of Christmas past and the ghost of Christmas present and all. But this is the ghost of Daniel Snyder that's here, bro. Is what it is, bro. Daniel Snyder rolling over his grave right now. Jack Kid Cook is rolling over his grave right now. If he could just see what was going on right here, if he could just see how this team is playing right now. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. But with that being said, man, it's been a long season. We still got 6 games left. We got to go play Dallas on Thursday. We're going to get absolutely obliterated. I don't even want to watch the game, but the good thing is I'm going to be with my family, so they're going to be able to comfort me and hold me and hopefully be there for me the whole time I'm going to be going through this. But my sister's a Cowboys fan, so I'm going to have to hear from her. But with that being said, it's your boy Stacks Reacts, man. Make sure y'all comment down below how y'all feel about this game, man. It was terrible. We lost to the Giants. It's garbage, but Let me know how y'all feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Stacks Reacts, and I'm gone.